Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm your host, the OT Astartes, and welcome to a channel announcement about a new stop motion series that is in production. So if you're a LEGO fan, you may remember a brand called LEGO Hero Factory. So LEGO Hero Factory was about this place which constructs and builds robotic heroes to protect the galaxy from all kinds of evil. There were 6 toy lines in total from this brand, and it ended about 10 years ago with a very bad finale, Invasion from Below. Trust me, Invasion from Below was nothing like the previous installments of the franchise. But a few years ago, I decided to try and produce a sequel. This didn't work out as I wanted it to. It was too chaotic. The production value wasn't good. So I've decided that I am going to have another go at it. And of course, one big thing about the previous version of the continuation is that it featured Transformers based. So we all know what the Transformers is. We know that they're robots in disguise, and there's been several series, several iterations of the show, featuring several takes on our beloved characters. And I'm pleased to announce that LEGO this Hero Factory sequel, will have Transformers characters in it. So this is also going to act as a sequel, not just to Hero Factory, but Transformers Generation 1 as well, so the original Transformers show. Now, we are going to count the Headmasters as canon here, because I see that the Headmasters was a good continuation of G1. I like the concept, and we aren't going to feature any major Headmaster characters. In fact, this is going to be set a number of years after the event of the Headmaster. So this is all going to be set in 2024, which means there was a lot of changes between the space of 10 years for both Hero Factory and the Transformers. For the Transformer side of things, I've decided to bring back selected Decepticons and reconstruct them using LEGO Hero Factory parts. This is because I wanted to do something new, something different with the Transformers, and I wanted to merge the two together to see what would happen. Now, to fit in with the G1 continuity, the only Decepticon that just about remains the same is Cyclonus. And I will introduce 2 characters that were featured in different continuities separate to G1. So, Hotshot and Barricade. Now, we're starting off from scratch from Hotshot and Barricade, even though we are using the Armada figure and the Gamer Edition figure, which, by the way, is bad. Like, that Barricade figure just... He looks like he's got a big backpack on. Really doesn't work. So, anywho, so yeah, we're going to start from scratch with those 2 personality-wise, and we are going to, and we are not going to take their personalities from Armada or the War for Cybertron game, stroke the Transformers movies. Another thing to note about the Decepticons is that they have a new leader. So the new leader is basically the same person, the same villain who orchestrated the brain attack as we see at the beginning of the episode. And I've decided to give him the name Korvax. I was a bit divided about what to name him at first, but I thought that naming him Korvax would make him sound threatening, would make him sound like he would be a worthy adversary for the Hero Factory. Um, Now, the Transformers lore, I did have to put in consideration because lots of various things happen, and I wanted to stay true to the lore. I do count the Headmasters as canon for this because it is a sequel to G1. No major G1 characters will be in this. So no Optimus Prime, no Rodimus Prime, no Ultra Magnus, no Galvatron, no Megatron. This is in order to be respectful towards the lore of the characters, and I don't want to ruin the characters that we all know and love. Something else to consider, especially with the Autobots, is that I use Transformers figures for this and not Hero Factory parts. Now, they are basically reincarnations of Mirage, Hotshot, and Wheeljack, but they're still the same characters, if that makes sense. So, Wheeljack still remains the professor. Hotshot's personality will be similar to his Armada character. Now, when writing this show, I had to consider both shows' lore and how it would all have panned out and what years it would have taken place in. Especially for the Hero Factory, because it's been about 10 years since we last saw our favourite robotic heroes. And much has changed. So one major change is this won't feature Mr. Makuro. Now, because Mr. Makuro was that old, he died of old age, sadly. So because of this, he made Rocker the leader of Hero Factory. This is because Rocker's the only golden hero, and gold might have a special meaning to Mr. Makuro. Say it could be produced from his very own armor. You know, he might have worn armor before Hero Factory, and he might have used his own armor to produce Rocker. And then Furno is now Alpha Leader because that was one of Mr. Makuro's wishes, because he saw something in Furno, I seem to recall him saying. And as for Stormer, Bulk, and Stringer, well, they have all semi-retired because all three of them are getting on in this timeline. They are in action less, but they still do their jobs, but not as much as they used to. Zip's still working at Hero Factory, so he's still in mission control. And same with Quattl, although you don't quite see him as much in the first episode. Now, as of this moment, I am still editing the first episode, and the episodes will be released as they are done, which I have done with several of my stop motion series before. So, like Welcome to Dystopia, that came out as the issues were completed. Same with my previous iteration of Hero Factory Transformers, because I'd already produced 2 years ago, I made a stop motion series similar to this one. So it's still a Hero Factory sequel, and it still had the Transformers in. But there were many differences between that and this. The last time I tried doing this, it was just rushed and chaotic, and there was no main story to it. And it just didn't make sense. So now I have more experience. I'm going to go all in with this. So, I don't have a release date as of yet, but keep your eyes peeled. Now, this will not affect Astartes analysis. It's taken me quite a long time to make Astartes analysis because I've got a lot on at the moment. But it takes me a while to watch an episode of Hetty Feather because I've got to write down almost everything that goes on, I want to go into, I like to look at all the little details to write it down so that I don't miss anything. I've been very busy the past few weeks, and I suppose, like with this, it'll come out when it comes out, and it'll come out when it is completed. I like to take my time with these things and to build up anticipation for the next one as well. So, yeah, thank you all very much for watching this video, and I will see you all later. So, arigato, sayonara, matane.